Ah, great day, everybody. Welcome to part two of working and learning in Figma with Mr. Guru. This is part two of the video that I first recorded, just kind of showing my process of what I'm doing to build out a live project that I'm working on. Thank you for everybody that did watch that. Hopefully, it gave you some type of insight and inspiration. That's really all it was for. It's not to really teach you Figma. I'm not that great at it yet to teach you Figma. I would recommend you to go to Dan. He's a YouTuber. He's pretty acclimated with Figma advanced features. His class is Figma UI and UX advanced. So yeah, that's who I kind of learned quite a bit from, alongside of quite a few other content creators. So yeah, take some time, dive into it. But hopefully I can give you some of the gist of what it looks like to use it. So happy 4th of July. Let's start with that. Today is the 4th of July, 2024. And I'm hoping that everybody enjoys their day in a safe manner, in a safe environment, and make safe decisions. Consider other people, consider the kids, consider everybody else that's trying to enjoy the holiday. So yeah, with that being said, let's dive into what we're here for. Enough of the jargon. First, you can also join us here on this QR that you see at the bottom left. Scan it with your phone. Um, if you scan that, it should take you to our page to where you can join us there. And also at the top, if I move my big head, you can see our other links. Our Instagram is Guru Talks with Mr. Guru. Um, YouTube, same thing. And, Facebook, same thing. All right. Guru Talks with Mr. Guru. You can find us there. So yeah, we're working on Figma and a live project, right? Uh, Once again, let me just give you guys a round of applause and shout out for today and the 4th of July. So yeah, with that being said, all of these videos are not going to be edit videos. They're going to be clean cut, straight raw. These are my first videos. So again, thank you for watching them. And hopefully I get some insight of ideas of what you guys would like to see, if you want to see more, or what I'm doing behind the scenes, between multiple roles and projects. But today we're going to focus on UX and UI design inside of Figma, and then transition over the course of weeks into developing the project. I'm going to show you guys some bits and pieces of the live project. I'm not going to show you everything because it is, again, a live project. But I did want to show you guys my learning process and progress in the mix of developing it, right? All right, so let's go ahead and dive into that. The last video we did, we kind of just showed how I'm tidying up. My art boards in Figma is pretty much all art boards. And so I kind of went through a few things of cleaning up the boards that I had already put together prior to the video. Today, I think I'm going to pick up, excuse me, I think I'm going to pick up, and excuse me if I'm looking around because I operate on 3 different screens. So I'm using multiple screens also, right? So excuse me, I'm not looking directly at you in the camera. Um, so with that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys where I am prior to the last video in the progress and where we're headed, right? Excited, very excited to get this project off the ground. This is something I've been working on for quite some time in research and also just testing beta. Excited, for several reasons. We already have quite a bit of people utilizing the tool that we're creating, and we finally found a necessity in the research for this type of tool. And as we watch and grow and develop our project, we're noticing the market is growing for the need, right? Uh, so, with that being said, I will only give you but so much of the project and show you but so much of the project. Uh, Getting my screen ready for you to share to you guys. Again, we're in Figma. Figma is a free program. You can use it free. You can also pay for it for advanced features, but Figma is predominantly free for the use with limitations for pretty much doing mockups and putting together web design and web apps. It's for prototyping, uh, and the planning process. It's not like Framer. I've seen Framer and seen people use Framer and videos of Framer where you actually build out the website and you can actually put animations into it. You can do animations in Figma too. There's quite a bit of plugins, quite a bit of things that you can do that are intuitive to responsive design inside of Figma. So don't let that shy you away. I actually like Figma. I think it's, in my opinion, uh, much better than some of the other programs, especially for a user that's just started in UX and UI design on the project. All right, so enough of the talk. Let's go ahead and get the screen sharing going, get you guys over to what I see, and let's dive into the project. All right, so here, this is where I am today. Let's zoom out of here, show you guys where I'm at. I don't know if you remember in the first video, I was discussing how most of us, I'm not sure everybody has different habits, but I'm learning. I'm in the learning process of creating my workflow between Figma and the platform that I will be building this project out, all the way down to front end and back end coding, right? So we're gonna go through the whole process of that in the next couple of weeks. But as of now, I've cleaned up my board. As you can see, it don't have all those quirky contents and components around it that it had before. I actually moved those into the proper place, which was these, into the components page. Again, just in case you missed it, I have several pages over here, my style guide. I have my personas. I have my components that you just seen. I have inspiration that I put together. Then I have my hi-fi website prototype, which was something I started prior to learning more. I started laying this out my way, the way I perceived it. And then I had more of a vision come along the lines. And so I kind of stepped away from it and went into revamping how you guys are going to see it. Now, this is where I got my basic idea of what I wanted it to look like for the most part, right? Page wise, page layout. This is what I thought would be intuitive, just with the naked eye. I thought that it was pretty cool, pretty decent for a layout, but not exactly the simplicity I was looking for or the feel, if I must say. I'm looking for a certain feel when I'm designing it. So there's a chance that I might come back and do a drastic change of things. But for now, we're just looking to release a beta stage of this project. So all feedback is highly appreciated. All suggestive actions is usable. So drop them in the comments, send me an email if you want. Send me a message on social media. That's great also, right? All right, so that's that. Where we are is our lo-fi development of mobile and desktop. I've done them together. And then my sitemap. I got that on a page of its own. Went over that in the first video of what that purpose is and what it looks like and all of the pages for the most part. I didn't go through all of the pages, but just gave you a little overview of why the sitemap is important. So back to our main thing, which is the lo-fi page, right? Let's get this cracking. Da, 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 da. All right, so where was I? Turn my graph back on first of all, and I am going to scroll down here, right? I stopped here because I figured these last pages were not a high necessity between what I was doing. I am going to show you guys some of the behind the scene things that I'm using and why Figma is so important to use, why I like Figma anyway, and the things that it's teaching me, right? Um, so I come from the background of research and technology. I'm not really a designer. I would say I have other friends that are huge designers. I say huge because that's their skill and their background, and they're pretty fire with it, much better than I am. So I don't proclaim that title, although I can do some things. Uh, so yeah. So pretty much what we're doing today is tidying up margins, make sure everything is in the right placements, make sure no frames are just all out of whack and just all over the place like such. Because it's very important to cleaning up and making sure the design and everything is matching in margins. So that's what we're doing today. As you can see, majority of them I have already been through and kind of lay them out to the grids, making sure that they match where I want placements to be, and all the way down to that. Right? Just make sure everything is in the basic placement of where I want it. I can also tidy up a few things like this to where I want this to fit directly in the grids of how that is, right? That's not what I'm trying to do, my friend. We'll go ahead and do it that way. Move it up, that, and I'm not opposed to it stretching out like that. I'm not really opposed to that, right? So I'm not really tripping about that. Let's see. Shift G, see what it looks like. Not bad. Pretty decent, right? Not mad at that. Shift G back to turn it back on. Yeah, so we're pretty much today just tightening up, making sure everything is marginalized in its right places, not just all out of whack, has some type of consistency to the flow. Um, that's kind of what I got out of using Figma versus my old ways of trying to develop web design, right? And so again, so we won't deal with these. I'm gonna show you why in a second. While I'm not dealing with those. Um, so that's my membership page. Okay, so yeah, confuse me for a second. So yeah, up here at the top, these are what I've taken outside of the frame. Therefore, I can do some prototyping. That's kind of what I was doing earlier. But so I got my mobile version and my desktop version of every main page that I need to have completed to go ahead and move through the process of where I'm headed. So far I have them all laid out the way I need them. Thank you page, not bad. Just scanning over things if y'all don't mind to make sure I got it where I want it. I am missing a footer here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that just for the sake of it. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to this screen. Uh-oh, so we got a problem with that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep that off. Just oh yeah, I don't need that on there. It's a thank you page, so I'm tripping. Can get out of whack sometimes trying to do more than what's necessary, right? All right, so look, me personally, as you can see, I get hung over on trying to perfect things the way I want it. Uh, that's just me, you know. I want things to look and feel the way I want it, so I work at it all day long. But anyhow, the point of the lo-fi for me, I know everybody has their own description of why they go through this process of lo-fi, but for me, it was a mandatory process. I had to figure out um, design cleanliness and just the layout flow of things the way that it should be for a user versus how I want to see it, right? Because I'm not the one using the site per se. There's others that are going to be using the site. So I had to consider them, do quite a bit of research on personas. Coming up, we're going to finish up some more interviews and gather some data from active users from the market, from our business, and pretty much get a full understanding of what they like, right? And that's going to serve the purpose of the data for us. Okay. And all right, so yeah, looks good. I can't complain. All right, so up here is where I started doing the prototyping, right? I got to move a few things around, things on my screen. So let's go back to prototyping, right? All right, so I had to get them out of the frame just to be able to prototype. So for right now, just starting off, I just want to be able to show the flow of things. Nothing strenuous, nothing too crazy. Actually, I see that and I want to fix it. It's one of my, again, perfection things. I want it to be in the place where it's supposed to be. So we're going to make sure that it is marginalized properly. This is the landing page, desktop landing page. There's, of course, going to be more. But again, the idea of a lo-fi landing page is not to be so detailed, but to get an idea of the layout where placement of everything is going to go, all the components. So that's what I spend time doing. With that being said, let's go back to prototype, type Shift E, shortcut Shift E, to bring up that. As you can see, it changes. So, uh-oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we got this set to where it takes you, if you click on the start button, it takes you to this screen, which is the home page, right? And the home page is pretty much designed to give the user more information, how it works, feature service, testimonials, just basic detail, real quick, straight to the point. Go ahead and register and so forth. So all I'm going to do is take and create some animations or navigations for the prototype. So an example, if they click the sign up button, where do we want them to go? We want them to go to the register for key for VIN to code, which would be this page, right? So we're going to click on, uh, we're going to click on sign up. I think I'm going to change, just looking at that, understanding my objective. I think we're going to change a few things. Let's go to the registration form. Make sure that's right. Yeah, boom. Take you to the registration form. Perfect. All right, so an example, we're going to put become member, a member. And we're actually going to make this bigger of a button. All right, stretch this out. Bend it some more. Stretch it out. And then let's center it. This will make it 48. Let's center that again. It's not really centered. There it is. Now it's centered. There. That's a big button. I don't really like that. So we're going to scale it down. I select my scale tool. I'm going to scale it down a bit. It may be less than that. That's more like it. All right. So we got that. And let's go back to prototype. And then, so if they click that, I will have them go to the sign up um, page, which I haven't done. I haven't done a sign up page. But let's create one, which, as you can see on my screen, I am using a plugin, right? I'm using a plugin called UX Pilot. Pretty great plugin. I like it. Shout out to the creator, the developer. It's pretty dope. There are still some things that they need to work out, but it works for the most part. I like to use this as when I first started, I was figuring out how to pick components and where to place them. And it became daunting, not knowing where this should go, padding, margins, those type of things to make it look pretty. Like some of the sites you see, I didn't have a full understanding of that. So I searched and did research on plugins and other tools that I can use to make that an easier process. And this is one of them that I fell in love with. So again, they have so many options. I'm not going to really go through a tutorial of the tool. You can find it, check it out, watching videos on it. It's pretty dope. So we're going to use it to create a prompt. It has a GPT within it that you can use to give it commands and prompts to what you want it to do. So just for the sake of what we're doing, I am creating, because I didn't do one, if I don't recall. I don't think I got one. A sign up page, your membership, thank you for your order, your cart. So yeah, I did not create a standard sign up or member sign up page. So I'm gonna tell it, create a member sign up page that will allow users to become a site member with sign up options, and then semicolon, Google, Gmail. We're going to do maybe even Apple, Cloud login, and then maybe even Facebook, right? I'm going to give several options and manual options. All right. So I'm going to only create one screen. I don't need multiple screens. I'm going to use model one because that's what I've been using for the most part to design out the basics and to keep it somewhat consistent. You got to play with this thing a bit to get it how you want, stay consistent. But anyhow, so let's generate that wireframe. Let's go here and see where it's going to place it. It's going to place it down here at the bottom. So that's cool. Oh, we got a flow here. We need to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of that. Let's take that away. And this is going to be flow one. All right. All right, so let's see what it gave us down here. So it gave us a members plus, join as a site member. This is where they can join. They can continue with Google Gmail, continue with Apple Cloud, continue with Facebook, or manual sign up, whichever one they want to do. So they will pick their name, first name, last name, of course, email, create a password. I am going to also add a confirmation of that. So let's do that now. If you don't mind, let's change. Let's get out of that. Should we shrink it or should we enlarge it? I am actually going to enlarge this just a bit. And then I'm going to take these, shift, take both, and then we're going to just one, take both, just copy that. I might even put them side by side like that to make it a little different. And then let's add confirm password. All right. We always want them to enter it twice, just for the sake of confirmation of the password. I am going to take this and extend it a little bit. We're going to change that to state. We are only operating within the United States. And postal code, the main things of important details that they need to use to sign up is on this page, and that's what matters the most. Again, the idea of oh, there it is. I've been looking for that. That little frame just hidden. But the idea of lo-fi is to be able to identify where you want the components and what components you want on the page. So it doesn't have to be specific. You don't have to be full detail. Um, Desktop member, site member. Let's be correct about that. Site member, site member, sign up. We're gonna label it that, and I'm not mad at what it looks like for now. I can make those changes when it's necessary. Again, we're only trying to get the basic idea. Let's go ahead and position these things to where we want them. Again, using the grids. So we're just gonna select a few things, adjust their spacing so it can be consistent with the rest of the page designs. So we got six margins there. Go ahead and shrink him down. Give him to about there. Just move him over, up a bit to match that. All right, so not too bad, right? It's within its place. Let's go ahead and fix our text. Put that on the frame where it should be. Yeah, the zoom option is a very powerful option. I'm actually going to stretch that out to here. Let's not be funny about that. Keep that there. And then I'm going to stretch him out the same way. Let him end there. That way it has some type of standard to it. And okay, so we got that. Let's see about moving these over, right? Right. So now I'm going to shrink a few things down to fit and match what we got going on here. Go ahead and shrink it down to here because it don't need to be so long and wide. All right. Got that. And then same here. We can go ahead and stretch that down. Actually leave that stretched out like that. We're going to bring it in. We'll stop there. Let's center this like that. Where he's centered. Let's go ahead and do this while I just seen that. Go ahead and adjust this so he's in the frame also. We don't want it to be all out of whack. Okay, he's good. All right, so we got the button together. Continue with that. Let's do the Facebook button the same way. We're actually gonna let him sit about that width and then go about here. And then we're gonna center it like that. Let's bring it here so it can match. It can match what we got going on here. All right, so boom. Now we got that. See, basic layout. Or we got manual sign up option. They can pick that as an alternative option. Do we want to center this? Yeah, let's center that. Let's go ahead and center that up. No, we don't want to center that like that. But all right. So yeah, not bad. Actually, let's center it up like that. Or manual sign up. Get you a little bit closer. There. Okay. All right. So yeah, and then we will for this add like a little border. Do it inside, center, outside. That ain't what we want. Not a stroke. Okay. What we are looking for is not that either. We want to put we want to put a box around it. So we're looking for border, right? And I have forgotten where to find that at. Where to find the border. So let's see. Let me take that off. We'll just do it this way. Let's just add a box, a border around it. We will do that. Move it back. Slide it back. Move it over a bit. That way it's somewhat centered. All right. And then we're going to take the fill out. Change the opacity to that. And then we're going to add a stroke to that, right? That's what I was looking for. And turn it down to maybe 50. Let's zoom in a bit. Change that to maybe 8, right? And then no fill. Let's do outside. We got it on 1. We're going to turn that back up to 100%. Actually, no, that's not 100%. Let's do 40%. It's even less than that. Jeez, what do they got it on? 20%. Okay, nice. Whatever. So we'll put it on 20% just so it can match everything else and center it up. Now we got that together. Let's go ahead and squeeze our name. First name. We're going to slide that over where it's about there. Let's take the whole thing, move that frame to where it should be, and stretch them to there. Let's move this first over some more. That way we got more room to bring him in. I'm gonna put him about there. That way it matches the other one, right? And then we're gonna slide you down a bit just so you can fit. That ain't right. We're still missing something. Something's not right, my friend. I'm gonna stretch it there. Let's see if I can find it. No, there it is. Let's see what's going on here. It's in that frame, right? It's in that frame. Okay, I see. So being that it's in that frame, that's why it's doing that, which is very weird. So I'm gonna take it out of that. See if I bring it back in, if that helps. I think it did. Yeah, so that did. Sometimes you gotta play around with it just to get it right. All right, so boom. Yeah, this is why it was important to learn Figma and the operation of the tools, because it can get tricky. You got to try some things, figure out some things sometimes to make it work. All right, so again, let's go ahead and take this and put it in a respective place where it makes sense and it's not just all over the place. We're going to put that there. I'm not opposed to it looking like that. And then we're actually going to readjust this to fit within the same block constraints. All right, let's move this over some to there. Same thing for him. We're going to go ahead and move him over to about there. Shrink it down some, yeah. And then let's go ahead and move him about. All right, let's go over some there. All right. So now we got the passwords in place, both of them. And then we got the where do you live. Postal is in a decent place. It's not all out of whack. Let's shrink that down. No one has a postal code that freaking long. So we're gonna go ahead and shrink it down a bit. I am going to move this over some to align with some of what's up above. It's not all out of whack. And then let's fix this, the frame of this to fit. All right. Same thing with the button. Let's go ahead and take the button, shrink the button down a bit. You want to center that first because you will lose it while you're shrinking the button, and you don't want to do that. All right. All right. So let's zoom in a bit, see what pixels we're off. We're off of pixels. We're off over here. See, grids come in handy, man. Like my graphic friend has always told me, learn grids, use the grids, use the grids, and you know, I never really took that in consideration of how serious it is until now. But it's definitely serious. Let's put that to 8. Move that up. We can actually center that. And this is probably going to be a sign-in button. I'll figure that out later. But it's probably going to be a sign-in button. Once I figure that out, I'll make the changes to that. Move it there. Center it a little bit more. And we don't really need the or here. I'll go ahead and remove that. All right, so yeah, now we got that together. Now it looks like the majority of the other pages, right? So let's zoom out. We're gonna take, I'm gonna make a copy of it just for the sake of it, and then I'm just gonna post it up here instead of going through all the hassle. And I'm gonna put it next to this one. All right, and I'll go ahead and move that. So yeah, now that we have that page in place, I will go ahead and all right, so ta-da. All right, so let me change the screen share for a moment. I'm going to switch it out to another screen just to show you guys what I am using. Da-da-da-da. All right, whatever. Let's go back to Explorer, get back to my main page, and close it out for a second and come back to it because it's not showing what I want to screen share to you guys. So boom, there it is. I want to show you that. All right, so yeah, this screen here is the web version of UX Pilot. All right. I use both. I'm using both, as you can see, because um, because this one gives a little bit more depth of options. So an example, it allows us to, as you can see, versus the other one that was being used in the native um, dashboard of Figma, doesn't give so many options in the smaller version. You don't get the create flow option when it comes down to the UI design, the context, the select the mobile. Um, there's a way to do the mobile in it, but it's not the same. You don't get the dark option. So it's quite a few things that they haven't punched into it, right? So I find ways around it per usual. So I would come and just take what I used in the prompt within the Figma, and I just come and add it to my create flow, because that pretty much tell GPT within the UX pilot, this is the specifics of what I want the page to flow like. So I just copy that, put it in the bottom, and I am going to put it also here inside of my context, because I want it to have a full depth understanding of every page. So I just copy that, paste it in. That way it knows what I'm doing. And I am going to make the mobile one first. We're doing hi-fi here, um, instead of the lo-fi that I started with up here. And these were the lo-fis I started with, just putting together. We're doing the hi-fi frames here, which I already got a few of them that I'm gonna stick with and use. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in and generate. Um, I only want to generate the one page. That's another thing. That's an issue. I don't want to lose these, so it's going to pose a problem, right? So let's see. I may go ahead and just do it within the Figma app. Let me try that first before I do so much of those changes, right? I'm going to make that in a hi-fi. Let's just see what it gives me. I know y'all can't see my screen right now. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't panic. I'm just trying something out real quick. I want to see something. Y'all don't mind. Okay, so it gave a login page, but not the way I want it. I can actually add the components. Ecode help. Let's create that again. See what it gives me. Same thing. Same thing. All right, so it's giving me a basic. Need. I tell you what. Let's say make this modern and responsive in design. Right. Let's see what it gives me now. Giving me the same thing. It's not changing at all. So let's just see something with mobile. See if it gets a little smarter with mobile. Okay, so the same thing, giving me the same thing. Yeah, so this is why I bounce between the two. I guess I'll come over and show you guys what I was dealing with, just so you can kind of see, right? I want y'all to see every part So let's go to Figma, show you my screen. All right, so yeah, I was inside of this UX pilot, trying to get the results that I wanted. It kept giving me this one here, the big screen, and then it's giving me this one, the mobile. I'm not opposed to it because again, I have components and libraries that I can use that I put together. And some of them are from UI UX designers. That's the kicker I like about Figma. You can find other designers' components that are responsive. Pretty dope. It saves you a lot of headache of designing if you're not the hardcore designer. That's definitely an option for you. I am somewhat a hybrid. I can design some components, but I just don't get the crisp that I would like to get from designing them from scratch. So a lot of times I find already developed components and just add my little touch to it, right? Makes it faster. That's the point of it. So with that being said, I want to see sign up button options. Let's put button options and see if it gets smarter. If you know, like anybody else knows, ChatGPT, sometimes you gotta make it do what you want it to do. So yeah, I keep getting the same thing, and that's so weird, right? Not giving me no other resolve or results. What is that about? I wonder why is they doing that. It's not giving me no other result. It's giving me the same exact result every time. I did message the developer a bit just for some little suggestive points. Very responsive. He's very responsive, so that's a good thing. So he go help create a member sign up page that will allow users to become a site member with sign up button options, Google, blah, 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 quick sign up options. Quick. Let's see if it catches. See if it catches my command the way that I want it. It's still not doing what I wanted. I tell you what I'll end up having to do. It's not responsive at all. So yeah, stretch them out, and I'm probably just gonna have to add it into it, right? Or let's just say I can go into what I was saying earlier that I've been doing. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna take y'all with me to the screen that I'm gonna dive into. Let's go ahead and dive into that. We're over here now. And so I left this for a second because I thought about it. I didn't want to lose what I had here. So because it's only going to create a bunch of pages. And you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to delete the others, right? So let's do that. Let's go ahead and pop that out of there. These I'm not going to need because I already have them up here. I'm just looking for that one screen. The last screen it should be. Yeah. I'm so used to the zoom and Figma allowing me to zoom the way I like to. Okay. All right. So it's still not giving me what I want. It's giving me the same as the one before, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. So we're gonna kill all of these, kill them all, get it all out of here. Let's say wireframe layout. Let's word it the same way we had before. Wireframe layout for a membership sign up page that will allow users to become a site member. All of that. That's my way of reading sometimes. I do that. Quick read. Imagine you can read that fast for real. Okay, so we got that. All right. Let's go ahead. How much time are we in? I don't even see my timer. Whatever. We don't know how much time we're in the live, which is cool. These videos are set for me to just get to a certain point and show you guys what I'm doing and move on from that, right? So as you can see, it gave other pages that I already have that I'm really not looking for. All right. So I'm gonna skip through all of those, and let's come to this last page, which looks like the same as it's been giving me, right? Giving me the same thing. Sucks balls. Yeah. For some reason, it's not giving me the results I want, which has been kind of standard to it for some odd reason. I guess it's the models that they're using and some of the databasing that they put into it. It's not so intuitive yet. For the sake of it, I am going to take this, copy it, and I am going to do autoflow here just to allow it to change and give me different options. Let's try that. Let's see if it gives me something even better. Again, we're only focused on the last page. The other pages are already verified and accepted. I've already made clarifications on those. So I won't be using any of these, right? Again, static noise in my head. Ooh, let's see. Same thing, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna take and make it my business. Let's do enhance prompt. See if it gives me an alteration of it. Sign up page allowing you to sign up with Google, Apple, and manual options. Let's try that. Let's just try that one more time. Don't work this time. We're gonna stick with what it gives us and build out on it. You get the liberty of seeing that. Let's try it again just to see. You can generate as many times you want. Typically, if you keep pressing auto flow, it'll go back to what you had before, what you like. Same thing with a hands prompt. I just copy it just in case I want to be fast with getting back to the results that I liked. That's just my way of doing it. All right, so yeah, as you can see, we're gonna just stick to that page. Um, I'm gonna delete all these. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna make the one that's in Figma and bring everything else over because it's not giving us what we want. So we're not gonna make a fuss about it. I just wanted you guys to see the difference and importance of the plugins and how some of them work native within the app and how some of them really don't. All right. So back here, we're gonna stick to this one, and then I'm gonna pull out the mobile of it. You also got here the option of doing a dark theme. I don't tamper with that too much because again, I'm going to do that manually myself. Make some dark themes of the same templates that I'm doing. Because it just makes it all wacky when you try to do it within that. I didn't like it. All right, so yeah, over here we got those two. Let's go and add our layout, our grids. That way it makes sense. Let's go ahead and get him in our control grasp. All right, that. I'm gonna move you over there. I don't really need you right now. Let's move you up. Wow. You know what? Let's see something. I want to see something. I'm just experimenting right now, y'all. So bear with me. I want to see what this generator is going to give me in wireframe. Okay. All right. Not bad. A little wireframe that I can go by. I'm not too mad at that. Right. It just have the basic. It doesn't have anything extra, you know, other than what I already know that I want to have on it. I like the simplicity of what we already have up here. It's a little bit more extra in between, and then the layout, not so much attractive. But what I do like that it gave is the option for English, right? Because I am expecting multilingual people. Um, then I like this also to start free trial because I do offer a free trial and then sign in, right? So I'm gonna take that and use that just as a visual layout of what should be on this page, right? That's the point of that to me. Let's center this because this page is gonna be so simple. Um, when I say simple, I'm not gonna have much on this page. It's gonna be straight to the point for the user. So what I want to do is move this up. Can we do that? Yeah, that's cool. It lets me. Yeah, cool. We're gonna move that up. We're gonna spread them down some. Actually, how many? Oh yeah, that's gonna be my footer down there, right? My last panel is always my footer space. I try to leave that just in case. Not that it's gonna be one on this, but yeah. All right, so I am going to do this. I'm gonna give them the option of let's see something. Okay, so create account. I'm gonna slide this down a bit, and because I want to give them the option to pretty much use the login buttons. Um, let's go to assets. Let's search login. Okay, no, not what I'm looking for. Buttons, close buttons, bottom icon, new. Quite a bit of components um, that you got to go through, of course, when you got so many. But it's not really labeled accordingly, apparently. What am I looking for? Social icon. Nope. Pricing patterns, nations, sliders, social buttons, sign in, right? We got the sign in component, but that's not entirely what I'm looking for. That's not exactly what I was looking for. Toggle, testimonial team, tags, tables, steps, text area, toggle, toggle components. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for either. I am looking for something like this, right? So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's dive into the actual document of that, which is this here, and then let's see if we can find that. I've seen it on here. Um, Elevation, some of everything is within this media. It's kind of why I enjoyed having it. I would recommend it to a lot of you to have something like this in the process. It just speeds up the process, to be honest. Makes it a ton bit faster than trying to develop every component. Depends on how much time you want to spend within that process. Me personally, I was getting drained over the course of time, just learning it, right? Patterns, and it's not under patterns. Core components. Let's see. Avatar badge. Buttons. Social buttons. Yeah. Now this is what I was looking for. Social buttons. Can we add this to the library? Let's see. Does it give us an option? More layouts? I don't know. Let's see. Variant. Dang, what I'm looking for. Variable collections, themes, radius, all of these things. That's not what I'm looking for. I wanted to see if I can add this into it. So I guess what I would do instead, I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm just gonna take it over to my project and paste it in. All right. That way I can always have it and use it when I need it. Let's go to layers, components. We're gonna add it into the components because it's one of our component listings. What is this? Not what I was doing. It's not what I copied in the first place. Copy. Got it. Here. Are we on components? Yeah, we're on components. Still doing the same thing. Wow. Am I not able to copy this for some reason? Copy. Paste. There you go. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? All right, so what I am gonna do is, being that it is connected to that board, I am gonna disconnect it from that board. I am going to, actually I don't have to, because it's fine. Oh, actually, yeah, I am, because I don't want it to alter the original. So I'm gonna change that. And doesn't look like it's gonna let me. See if I take one. Take it and move it over here. Let's see if I can make the changes to it now. Nope, still not letting us. So we're not gonna bother with it. We're gonna just leave it as is because it's coming from the original document. Um, I'll figure that out later. Typically, usually can come here if it's already made of a component, and you can make the changes to it to take it from being part of that um, instance. But as you can see, it's not giving us that option to take that away. We can only just publish to the original. So whatever, we're gonna take it that way, and let's see if we can add it to our assets. Nah, not what I was trying to do. It's not giving me the option to do what I want to do with it. Libraries, changes. Okay. That's under the lo-fi components. It's not letting me. Okay. I just wanted to add that into this over here, but apparently I can't. It's recognizing that it's 84 variants. Why am I not getting all 84 variants? Ah, okay. That explains it. Okay, now we're talking. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there in my contents, not my components. Now that I figured that out, I don't know if you guys seen that, but what you would do is you would go into your assets, come here, click on it, and just learn something new with social, and you will pick the options you want to give them, and we're gonna give them Instagram, Facebook, of course, not Instagram, but Facebook, and let's go ahead and insert that. Let's zoom in. Let's do sign up with Facebook. We're gonna change that, right? I'm gonna say sign up with Facebook. How about that? So we got sign up with Facebook. This is actually just gonna be the sign up page. If they want to log in, we're gonna keep the login option down here at the bottom, or I might bring it up to the top, just in case. But for now, we're gonna stick to what we have. We got Facebook. We're gonna do Google. Go ahead and get the Google in there. So we got Google. No space. Gate. Let's get one more. Apple. We're not gonna do WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not gonna be an option for us. Not opposed to WhatsApp, but no. So we got Facebook, Google, and Apple, the three main things, and then we're gonna give them the manual option if they want to sign up manually without using any of these options, right? It's not everybody want to use those, so we're gonna use sign up, Apple. Remember, this is just a sign up page for them to get started. Let's make sure I didn't miss any other. My mind is going. I'm not opposed to Twitter. I am not opposed to Twitter. LinkedIn is not really so much of the necessity. Um, I'm not going to use Twitter because it's not the tool of choice. I don't find that I will attract a lot of customers from that platform. I don't have anything against Twitter or X, as we might call it. Um, I just don't use it particularly for business in that manner. So I won't look for that. So just for now, we got the main thing in the center, everything together on that. I am going to take this and make it a component. I got your email, the password, the confirm password. I want to keep this simple, right? Because this is a quick sign up process. It's not going to be a full drawn out process. They can do all of the back end of profile data and everything else on the backside. This is just for them to become a site member. All right. So let's copy this and make it a component of its own, right? Because we want to have this and use it multiple times, of course. Uh, quick sign up, desktop, quick sign up. That's that. And we will make it a variant, a component, not variant, but a component. And I think that is all I need on that for now. Let's go ahead and put it in the frame. That makes sense. That same thing here. Got layers, the name of it. Copy that. Name the frame, the same thing. We're going to take and copy that. I'm going to delete it and take it to my components, of course, and drop it right in here, because this is where it belongs. Let's zoom out a bit so we don't get all nasty and crazy, because I started trying to put everything together, right? So boom, we got that there. Now we're going to go back and we're going to finish it off. Put our grid back on. Um, let's change this to sign up, right? Actually, let's fix this. Move you over there. Let's get the constraints together of where we want this to be. Move this over there, over there, to the top, there, you there, stop him there. We don't want him to go no further than that, and we're going to center you to stop here. All right. Okay. I'm not mad at that. It didn't really crush everything. It actually kept it the way I want it. That's cool. All right, so we got that now. Let's go ahead and take this up here. I think I'm gonna put it to the left a bit and sign up for not the for code dot help. All right, so we got that. Let's widen it out so it can stretch across that much space. Let's go ahead and change it to what it needs to be for font size. We got it in our library already. I want it to be huge, so I'm gonna go with my header 0. All right, I want it to be huge, of course, and I think I'm going to stretch it out to about that. 2 lines, or should we do 1? I like the 2 lines better. I think I'm gonna stick with that. All right, now we got that. We're gonna move it over. Guess I can move it over some. Hey, yeah, not bad. Not mad at that. Take him down a bit so he's not just sitting up at the top like that. And then I am going to take these buttons, or this frame itself. I'm going to take that and I'm going to copy that. So I actually like that, and I can see me using that more. Oh, why did it do that? Just did something weird. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but we're going to make it work. Let's name this. What do we want to name this? Free trial button. All right, we're gonna label it free trial button, and I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna take it to components, because we know we want it here, and then I'm gonna zoom into it to make it that component, and I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna zoom in like that, move it away, and then real quick go back in, and let's work on it the way we want it, right? So that it is accurate when we use it. 78. I'm gonna go with 78. So we got start free trial. I'm gonna actually label it its color name. Well, not its color name, but I'm gonna actually put it to where it's supposed to be as far as color. And go with the blue. I'm gonna go with the blue for now. All right. So Pico help. Do I want that to be black or do I want to go with the green? I guess I'm not opposed to that. We're gonna copy that. Come over here, jump into our design aspect. As you can see, we have it similar to the other component. And I am just gonna stick them in there like that. Cut it shorter. And so let's move him over. And what I wanted to do, my boy. That ain't what I was trying to do. Okay. Let's go to the main component. And let's make a variant out of that. Since we already got that one up there, I'm actually going to shrink this down a bit. That's what I would do. Auto layout. Make it auto layout. Okay. That's auto layout. Also change that to auto layout. All right. So let's see. If it gives us what we want. It's not giving us what we want. Also change that to auto layout. I'm not seeing my constraints for whatever reason. I am not seeing my constraints. Hey. Okay. So let's see if this does it. We're going to put this on left and right. Same thing here. Bring them up. Left and right. And then now we're going to put the auto layout on it. Okay. That didn't give us what I wanted entirely yet, but cool, no worries. We will select both, the entire thing, matter of fact. Take that off. Now let's make it an auto layout. There we go. That's what we want. So we got that. We got that now. Okay. Good. Put it on left and right. Do the same thing. Okay. Oh, so we got a little issue here. not doing what I wanted to do. I'll take it back. Point it back to where I had it in the regular state. And I'm just gonna keep it simple. What's the size over there that I need? Go to that. That's 200 by 148. 200 by 148. All right, so let's go to that. I'm gonna do 200 by 148. And then we're gonna shrink him down. Did it. All right, so yeah, now we got that. I think want it. Yeah, exactly. So it looks the way we want it here, right? See, now we got that up there in the top left corner, right? Not looking all crazy or whatever. I'm not opposed to that. So you got sign in, you got start free trial. Let's go to login. Let's change that to login for our language. Sign in is cool. I like login, right? I mean, and actually, let's go back to our component. Change that to login. Login. All right, we got that. Let's go to our. I guess it didn't change that. Right, what I was trying to do, my friend. All right, cool. So we got that. Start free trial. Sign up for Pico help. Let's go ahead and make sure we got every other component we wanted. All right, so boom, we got that. I am gonna also place, because I like this option. I am gonna place, and that'll be the last thing we do, right? I'm gonna place these two. I like these. Let's take that. We're gonna actually let's just copy it. Let's make an option of it. Zoom out, create an option, and I think I want to slap it right at the top. All right, maybe like here or something. All right, so oh, let's slide it over to align with that. Send it there, put it in a bit. Um, all right, let's see. Yeah, so I want to give them that option, right? To pick a different language. And I'll even go as far as in add additional, right? You down a bit. We're going to take you and do the same thing about there. We're going to change this flag. We're going to change this flag and change this to Spanish. Do this real quick. Auto and auto. Boom. Okay. I just was testing that to make sure it's the way I want it. Oh, my ear. Sorry, y'all. Earmuffs are hurting. Time for some new headphones. My Turtle Beaches are weighing out. Let's see. I don't recall seeing flags. So let's try to see if we can search it. Flags. Oh, we might can find that. But this only has a limited amount of cultures, as you can see. Got Canada. I'm not sure if that's Italy. I'm looking for Mexico or something like that. Ghana. Uh, I mean, there are quite a bit that I want to add to this. I just want to make sure I got the basics in place, right? Ears hurting, bro. What's up with that? Um, still got everything but what I'm looking for. Got U.S., Great Britain, and I don't know what that one is. Okay, so we don't have the option. So I tell you what I'll do is I'm gonna go in here. Let's search for flags. I'm gonna go with this one just to see. Open it up. Okay, there we go. That's what we was looking for. See how easy and convenient that is with the plugins. This is why I love them. I'm going to shrink this down to a certain size. Let's just scale, and let's just scale it down a bit. What size is that anyway? That is 12 by 20. I'm gonna actually change that to 32. 32. And center it. I'm gonna do the same thing here. 32, 32. So now let's take you and put you up here. All right. So now we got our languages. Actually, it's too small for me. I don't like how small that is. I want to remove that and put a new flag in there. United States of America. And we're going to make that 32, 32. Ooh, that become very ugly. Let's see. Scale. Scale them down. See? All right, so we got the American flag with no stars for whatever reason. Where did they go? Where did our stars go? For some reason, we don't have the stars. Whatever. We're not gonna trip about it. I'm not gonna be specific about that. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. All right, so we got our languages. Now, now, I typically, for the sake of what's going on, I typically wouldn't add this, but I'm not gonna be opposed to it, right? Because it also has its purpose, right? And they're also customers, so I'm not gonna be extra about that. This, that, stretch it out more, where it's just as long like that. Oh, what's going on here? Come on, cooperate. And, and option. All right, just for the sake of that, I'm gonna take these two. See if I can make the entire thing. Nope, nope. Come on, my guy. Uh, take you, place it like that. Ooh, 45 by 42. Okay, so we got that together. Um, Not Spanish. Let's fix that. Um, we're quick. Let me do something. Uh, and that's what I was doing. My mind just jumped around. So we're gonna put Hebrew in there in case they come and they want to use it. But again, this site is only for American users. Fortunately, but unfortunately. All right. Let's fix this frame. Also, that's not right. That is not right. Should go there. This should be up here, like that. And then that should go there. And then also, let's take this out of our bottom frame. It ain't supposed to be that far down. All right. All right. So that looks good to me. Shift G. Take a look. Yes, the way we want it. All right. And I can actually go up on this a bit. About there. That way he has more of an upward. And the reason I want to do that because I see down here that it is cut. It is pretty cut at the bottom. Oh, I want the entire thing. I'm gonna stretch that out a bit so it's not so crunched like that. Much better. All right. So we got quite a bit done here, just to the simplicity of what we want. Um, so that's important. I'm gonna go ahead and do away with this one. We no longer need that. Now that we have the mobile, let's do the mobile version of it. Quick sign up, desktop, quick sign up. Let's make that capital and copy that same way. So copy there. All right, so boom. Now to simplify this, we are going to take and copy this. Let's take control copy, and we're going to do a little shortcut to make this easier. Is that the entire thing? I think, no, that's the entire thing. All right, so we're going to do for Mac, I'm using for Mac, Command Shift R for replace, and boom. Now we have that, and we're going to actually make this fit um, mobile version, right? So going back into our apps, I'm going to go to my auto responsive plugin, make that responsive real quick. And then I also use the auto layout styles to help me get it into the place where I need it. All right, boom. So now I got that, and I can shrink it down. Now that it's set to the way I want it, and I'm just gonna move that like that, and let it sit. Okay, what I'm trying to get is that frame that I just seen hanging off or whatever, and it won't show anymore. It won't show anymore. So I'm just gonna, okay, that's what I was looking for, that frame. Can you get me back there, my friend? To that frame? There, that. That's what I was looking for, my friend. Wow, just like that. All right, pretty nice so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do away with that. We don't need that, right? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and copy it here. Let's copy it. And let's put it here. We're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. Command Shift R. Although that's too big, that's not what I'm looking for mobile. That was for the desktop. We're gonna put it there. Come down to here. Put it to 48, which is pretty standard for us. Can I move this down? Okay. Let's put that to bottom, left, and right. Auto layout. Okay, we gotta auto layout this thing too. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we want auto layout that too. This is supposed to stay to the bottom. It's not for some reason. We're just gonna slide them on down. That ain't what I wanted to do. Okay. Got a little problem here, my friends. Move this up. I see what's going on. I see what's going on here. Not what I wanted to do. What I'm gonna do is take it out like that. Let's take everything else out. Okay, not what I want to do again. Take you out also. same thing. That. So that's that. I already have an account. Log in here. We're gonna do it like that. Make the adjustments we need. Well, I got it the way I want it. Go ahead and move that down. It's tripping. It's not doing what I want it to do. Not exact. See, I need it to. Not what I'm looking to do. I want to move that out of that. Okay, so yeah, I see. We're gonna deconstruct it, right? We're gonna deconstruct the whole thing. Actually, I'm slipping. I normally would have done it. We're gonna go ahead and put the mobile grid on it. That way we know where everything is supposed to go, what placement is supposed to be what. Go ahead and move it up. Actually, I'm gonna take the entire thing out. I'm gonna take the entire thing out. I want to separate these components. So it's several different parts, as you can see. Several different parts. Why are these grouped? Should not be grouped. Why is it grouped? Okay, so yeah. Now we got this separate. All right, so we got that. I'll stick it over there. So what is this for? This was a section that I'm gonna place here. Go ahead and make this section to where it's supposed to be. Go ahead and do it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and push that to here at the max. Here. And I'm gonna take this and do the same thing. Okay. We're gonna move it up. Move. And he wasn't supposed to move. I'm gonna put it back where it's supposed to be at. Boom. That's gonna be him. We're gonna shrink him down. We don't need it to be that big. My frame is gone. I'm just gonna make another one. Place it here. Do the same thing. So we got 2 frames there. And I'm going to take this, put him there. Boom. Like that. Shift G. All right, so we got the keyboard down there. We got our 2. And go ahead and stick him back up here at the top. Like that. So now, shift it. Shift. And shift the nomad. Everything here. Frame is gone. That frame is gone. We're not gonna worry about it. This one, let's move that down. Because again, he has to go at the top. This is our notification bar for the cell phone. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there like that. All right. So we got the time up there. I'm gonna add that to all of the mobiles. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and while it's on my mind, let's go ahead and make it a component too, shall we? If I can select it now. No, I can't select it the way I want. There we go. Take that. Come on now. I'm tripping today. Pull it off. Oh, that was one of my main right there. I'm gonna do away with that. I don't need it. Yeah. So mobile time bar. We're gonna label that. We're gonna make that a component. I'm gonna put a frame around it. Mobile time, and I am going to copy it, delete it, put it in components. Force, zoom out. Take this component and move him also into here and go ahead and put that in there. All right, so we got that. Got our time thingy up here. Let's go back to components. First of all, make sure that is a, nope, nope. Copy that. And then we're gonna come over here, paste that, because we want it to be the component that we made. All right. Hell, this happened there. Oh, okay. That's what's going on. We had to hold control for that to act right. All right, so boom, we got that. Um, I'm not going to add the standard top bar, navigation bar, or the bottom. I won't be doing that. Serves no purpose here right now. Shift G. Okay, so we got our keyboard up. Now that we got that the way we want it, let's center everything else up. Make sure that everything is where it should be. Center it up. Center it all up. Out. All right, so now we got that. We want that to stay at the bottom, left and right. All right, like that. That's what we were looking for. All right, so now we got that out the way. Shift G. We're gonna go back in and add everything else. This I would probably scale like that to be a lot bigger. I want it to be huge, and I'm gonna move it up some, probably to about there. All right. So now I'm gonna take this bar. All you're doing is moving everything over to the mobile design. That's all we're doing. Let's take that so we can move it freely because it doesn't want to move the way we want it. And I'm gonna move it up here. I'm not opposed to it being there. Oh, we're missing this one. But again, I just realized that it wasn't all in the parent field like it's supposed to be, so it didn't follow over. This time it did, so that's cool. We got it the way we wanted it. Fix that. Let's take it up here. We're gonna actually put this here for now, and then I'm gonna shrink it down. Press Option to do both sides at the same time. That ain't what I want to do. That is not what I wanted to do. I'll tell you what I will do. I'm gonna delete that. Let's make a component out of this. How about that? I'm gonna take and make a component, which I think is necessary because I will be using it quite often, right? We're gonna make a auto layout of it. That's perfect, which spreads it out and gives us the liberty to do that. And so put a frame around it. Call this the language selection. Language selection. All right. And now, so we have that. I'm gonna add a variant, and I'm gonna actually shrink it. Let's bring these a bit closer. Republic 18. Put that down. Boom. Now that I have that, I'm gonna copy it. Zoom out. I'm not gonna bother with that one because it's fine on the website. No big issue. So that's much more tolerable. I can tolerate that a bit. All right, so let's move it up. Put it where we want it. Do I want it here? All right, give me a second. Actually, okay, so now we got that. Let's move on. Then that I got it the way I want it there. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Not too bad because I might put some words here or something. We'll figure that out in a minute. For the most part, let's go ahead and convert. Go ahead and get this over here to where I want it. Oh, let's go ahead and put this where it needs to go. Put it in components. All right, boom. So we got that there. Under components, I'll go to lo-fi. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put control. That way we have control of what it does, right? And I'm gonna just drop it in there for now. And let's center it up. Great thing is it was already designed to be responsive to what I was doing, so it was perfect. Dropped right in, not big of an issue, and I actually could spread this out some. As you can see, I am not going by the actual grid lines for this because I don't have enough components for it, and I'm not gonna fight with it. I'm not even gonna fight with it per se. Just gonna let it sit the way it does. Because it's not a big issue, all right? See that? I'll leave it. Let that frame sit the way it does. That's the frame in case I need to put something inside it, nest it, or whatever. It'll go there. I'm gonna actually shrink that down to where it's under that, and I guess I'll add the footer. I'm not opposed to adding the footer for the sign up, right? This is only for quick sign up reasons, so it's not a bad thing in my opinion to add it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add it, boom, like that. Why not? to. Go ahead and drop that down some so you can see all of it. No big thing. Um, as you can see, some of them I didn't really follow the grids like I wanted. No big deal, no big issue. I'm gonna move that like that. It's not all out of whack. Okay, so boom, we got that. Um, we're gonna add our mobile footer into it. All right. Let's do that first. Let's drop it over there first. And then let's take it here and then drop them into here. All right. And I want to clip it. Let's take it out. I'm going to shrink it down some. And we're going to stick it in here. As you can see, he went to his own location, which happens. It definitely happens. All right, so I'm going to do it like that. And then I'm going to pull it down like that. All right. Shift G. And now we have the basic premise. Oh, we got a few things I noticed that shifted. You got to always pay attention to that because quite often when you're making changes and moving things, things are shifting in your layout. So just to make sure you stay consistent, pay attention to that. Go in, zoom in, and adjust the pixels to where they should sit on your graph, right? All right, so with that being said, oh, I still see it off as it should be all the way here. I'm looking like, why does that look weird? Okay, there we go. Now that's more like it. Boom. All right. So as you can see, we got the logistics of the basic. Uh, not looking bad, if you ask me. It's pretty simple, straight to the point. And the way that I would like to see it. I would eventually add some words in here, to give it its own headline or whatever. I'm gonna change this, stretch it out, and I guess I guess I'll make it 58. Well, let's go down to 48. 48. What's 48? Yeah, 48 is gonna be my H1. So I'll go with 48. I'm not opposed to 48, right? Not bad. It's not quite the size I wanted, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain about it. Put that up there, and eventually I'll find a headline to go there. But for now, I'm not gonna press that issue. So now that I got that out the way, what do I have here? That's gonna be my okay, so I can do away with that. The last page that I made, and this is gonna be my actual um low fidelity of this. So I'm gonna take this, copy it, delete it from here, zoom out, go over here. So I don't particularly think I need this one, but just for now, I'm gonna keep it just side by side, see the difference. So I got accept the term and conditions, no picture, we don't need that. Um, I'm almost thinking I might keep it for a long form. I'm thinking about keeping it for long form sign up. This would be the quick sign up, of course. That's why I came with the name and the title of it. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it just for the long form sake. Um, because I got a quick form, and this quick form is pretty much straight to the point. They can click a button to sign up with Facebook, Google, or Apple, or they can do the manual sign up in a short form, which is just ask for email, password, so forth. Um, hmm, I'm kind of indecisive about that because it's kind of like, what is the use purpose for the long form? I haven't really put thought into the navigation of that. What did it look like for a person to come in and to make it to that page to fill out a long form? Most people I perceive will do a quick sign up, which will use the quick sign up page, right? That's just what I expect. But I'm not opposed to keeping the long form just for backup, right? Because it asks for everything. But the reason I'm thinking twice about it is because if we come here, let's go to upper top. We can go to either the user dashboard. This is where they're going to be able to come in and get to their account and make changes to their profile under the Key Code Help platform. So I don't really see a necessity for the long form sign up because they will have two options, two touch points to update their profile. Here's the other one I'm looking for. It's gonna be, what is that? Okay, so yeah, same thing up there. I'm looking for the user profile page. That's that. That's that. Memberships. Memberships. This is purchase. This is going to be an enterprise plan. Register for the key code. Not what I'm looking for. Your membership or the key code. Yeah, so under the dashboard is where they will have the option to change their profile, make adequate changes to that, and so forth. All right, that's my community hub page. So yeah, I am thinking about just keeping it for now, just in case I have to rebuild it out. I'm gonna move it outside of this so it don't mess up my flow of things, and then I'm gonna move this over closer to the. Therefore, they match the same thing. Let's make the remaining changes to this. That's going to be 16, right? And there's something else I need to do. I need to add a border to it. Um, outside. What's that border? Outside is 16. 16 on the border. Boom. All right, so we got that to match like the rest of them. I'm gonna actually move you down here in case, just in case. So you're already in there. Good, good. All right, so yeah, that's that. We got pretty much the premise of everything we need here completed, right? So the rest of those pages down there is not really a necessity. I'm gonna leave those alone for now. I got the basic flow of everything. I'm gonna go back up here to the top, which would prompt me to do this. And so where were we? Shift E, prototyping. So once they click, where were we? Zoom in, become a member. That's where this idea came for us to make that page. So I'm going to zoom out just for the grid's sake. So I'm going to turn it back on. And so I'm going to take this and put this page up top. All right. Add it to the rest of these pages here. And then Shift E to get back to my prototyping. And back to this page. Shift E, my man. All right, so now we're going to take this, become a member. But when they click that, they can have an interaction. On click, navigate to a page, which is going to be desktop quick sign up, right? We're going to navigate them to the quick sign up just for them to become a member. And I'm going to change that to all right, so we're going to do it like that, just so they'll know. And then once they do that, we're going to click create an account. And so that just prompted me to think about a part that I didn't consider. Excuse me. I'm gonna create a thank you sign up page. I think that's a necessity, although I already have a thank you page here. An example. Um, but that's for purchases. I'm gonna make a general one just for if they just sign up without making a membership purchase or anything of that sort, right? So I'm gonna go back in just for the sake of time to my plugin that I've been using. Ooh, freaking ear is hurting here. I'm probably gonna take a break in a minute. I'm not sure where we at in time. But just for the sake of now, I'm gonna make a wireframe for it. Create. Um, let's make sure I'm wording it the same way and consistency with what I've been using. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in. Let's see my page, and I'm gonna copy one of the create flows that I showed you guys earlier, just to make sure I stick with the same consistency. All right. Just to make sure I stick with the same consistency, I'm gonna go ahead and copy that, come back over here, paste it in, and make the changes to that. Um, thank you page wireframe with modern futuristic design and responsive layout for mobile. Thank you, and sign member, sign up confirmation with the call to action, next steps. All right, so let's see what it gives us. We're gonna try model one, and then I'm gonna try model two just to see. So let's just see what it gives us. And I'm gonna stick it up here just because I know this is where I am right now. And if I need to put it down at the bottom, I'll go ahead and do that after we make the changes. As you can see, it takes quite a bit of time in Figma to make, these adjustments to the way you want it, right? Next step, next to do, account setup. Let's get the account setup, profile, verify your email. Perfect. Not bad, right? I don't think so anyway. Let's go back out of prototype. Let's add our grid to that. And let's label this sign up confirmation desktop. Desktop. All right, so we got that labeled. Let's go ahead and make the adjustments. That bar is definitely not going to be what I use. I have my own bar. I'm going to go ahead and add that. All right, so we're going to take you and you here to this page. Just drop it there for now. Slide it over into its respective space. Boom. So we got that. Let's go ahead and make the adjustments here because I see that it's struggling here for whatever reason. Okay. Thought it was going to give me some margin options, but it's not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're there at 6. I'm just going to slide him over like that so he can fit in his respective space. Same thing here. Slide him over like that. That way he's not all out of whack. Boom. All right, so let's move this. I'm just gonna put it to the side for now until we figure this out. Next steps, like that. Boom. Like that. Let's get you set up. Account setup, profile, all of those things. These are just quick buttons um, for them to get to their account access, right? So let's make the final adjustments here. Everything into the same frame. Make sure that it's not just all out of whack. Same thing here. Put it in its respective frame. The words, same thing. Going to pretty much stretch it out to there. Same thing here. Same thing here. Boom. Oh, what's that? When I see those frames like that, I tend to want to fix them myself quite often. Those access frames, I think it's not wise to just leave them lingering. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm not sure of every part and everything. So, ask questions and I'll do the research for you or point you in the direction of someone that can give you the adequate answers if I can't. I'm going to also advise to use ChatGPT at your best, convenience. Definitely helps to use ChatGPT, right? I'm going to make those adjustments to everything, the words, right? This don't have to be so cramped. Spread it out like that. All right, so we got that together, right? Boom. Simple, straight to the point. Boom, boom, boom. All right, clean cut. I like it. Clean, straight to the point. Nothing too extravagant, right? All right, so, and we will do the mobile of this. I'll go ahead and do it now. I won't be lazy about that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Slide you over. This time, I'm gonna use my standard way I've been doing it. I have recent components already saved that I'm using. Like this, an example. Not acting right. Let's move that over. And then let's open it that way. All right, so yeah. This is already responsive pretty much, as you can see. like that. And that's what I need. I'm going to go ahead and take it off of its instance, detach, that way it's a frame. And then I'm going to label it desktop sign up confirmation mobile, mobile, mobile instead. And for this, I am going to add our navigation for this page, which is here. Go ahead and bring it up here. Drop them right in centered. Boom, like that. Let's go ahead and put our grid on it to make sure we're on the right page of things. And then from that, I'll go ahead and start adding everything else. I may do this section at a time. I like to do it by sections if I can, if it don't give me too much grief. Being that these are already vertical, I don't think it should give me too much of a headache to convert them to responsive layout. Close that out. Let's go into auto responsive, make it responsive. It gets all quirky sometimes, but don't worry, it's fixable. I used to panic at first, but don't panic. Boom. All right, so now that you got that, we're gonna take and put him in first as our first steps. Shrink it down to fit. Okay. And we want it to be inside of this. I'm gonna bring that there. Oh, nope, wrong one, my boy. But it's not right. This is mobile sign up. Okay. It is in there. Cool. I'm about to jack it up and put it in the wrong place. All right. All right, so we got that. Typically, it takes up half of the top frame here that I have set up, and then most of the second. All right. Let's see. We only got two parts, so I can stretch it out without worrying. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stretch it out some, and then I can also pull you down. Oh, let's free up everything first. That way it can all move freely. Let's go like that. Put it down some like that. Same thing with him. Put him down a bit like that. That way they're not so crammed, you know. And then the same thing here. Go ahead and do that. What's here? Something striked up here. So we got profile. I'll go ahead and move it over here. Account setup. This little thingy. Spread it out some. 58 to 28. Oh, 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 that's not what we wanted to do. How's it doing that? We'll do it that way. Whatever's going to work. All right. Let's center it. Side of that. Like that. Zoom in because I see it hanging over. Pixels. We don't want it to be unorthodox. Let's go ahead over here and do the same thing. Oops, that's not what I want. I want the bubble around you, my friend. And then we're going to stretch you out to 8. We're going to move you over. Let's free it up first. We're going to slide you over in the grid like that, right? No big deal. Same thing here. Slide him over. Make sure it's all lined up. The next steps, I'm not pressed. It can be wherever it wants to lay. No issue to that. That account created was perfect. It lined up perfect for responsive design. So we don't have to bother with that. We're going to come here and make the changes here to our text that is hanging out the box. Just simply slide them over. and he should line right up with each other, just like that. Boom. That was pretty sweet, simple, straight to the point. Boom. So we got the first components. We're gonna go with the second components. Oh, too many clicks. Too many clicks. Let's take and do the same thing. Option, drag them over here. We're gonna go to our responsive, auto responsive, make it responsive, close them out, and then we're auto layout down. I have a 16 padding all the way around the way I want it. Pretty standard to what I'm doing. I stick to 8s and 16s because I was told to. I just keep it honest. I don't know why. I just was told to, so I stick to that. Let's move it up there, scroll it over, make it fit. Same thing here, scroll it over to make it fit. Boom. Now what we want to do is zoom in and make it much longer. Right? Change that 375 to 378 because I know that's what it needs to be. And we want to change that to 8. I just simply go change things to intervals of 8 for the most part. Oop, right. Oop. That way I know it matches some type of the grid line or it's even all the way around to some degree. All right, so let's get this part figured out. Typically, you can come in here sometimes and make these adjustments, and it helps, to align everything. I'm gonna leave it alone, auto, and I'm just gonna go in and make the changes myself. An example of this, we want to free that up, so I'm gonna put that, and I'm gonna spread it over a bit. Here's 8, like that, and then scroll in, push it over. Here he sits where I want it. It's not on the lines, and that's that, right? So account set up there, and then let's give him some width. That way he lines up to that. Let's get your account set up. Okay, boom, like that. Same thing here. We're gonna come in, free him up, scroll him over till he's not 8, but where we want it. Like that. Center it. Click off of it. Get back to him. Scroll him over until he's there where we want it. All right, so that's that. And then come back here, spread them out. And let's complete your profile. That's that. And verify your email is also one. Which I probably swap these, make it auto layout, swap them out. They should have a shortcut for this absolute position. I might figure out a way to make one myself. So yeah, make that 8. Go ahead and scroll it over to where we want it. Right, zoom in, make sure it fits to where we want it. There, same thing here. Spread them out. These matches what we want, and there we are. So let's select these, make them up. Make them auto layout and change it out. Boom, like that. All right. So that's what we want with that. We got that done. The last thing I need to add is my lower navigation, which I'm going to end up changing the style of this. This was just something I made very quick, simple, testing out Figma and the tools, but I'm going to actually change this out to something more fluent for the design, right? Because to me, it's just too simple. It don't really fit to happen, right? But it was just for now. All right, so we got that done. We got desktop sign up done. Now we can go back into our sign up page, and we got where it says create account. We're going to click on create account and interactions, on click, navigate to next page, and that's going to be desktop sign up confirmation, right? So now once they do that, they make it to that page. They're all signed up. That's a thank you. And from there, boom, so they'll go here. And then so once they become a member and they sign up as a member, which I'm going to detail that out here, I'm going to forward them. Actually, let's make that now. I'm going to make a button. I'm glad I caught that. Shift D. Caught that. I'm going to make a button, right? Like this. Let's take it. That ain't what I was trying to do, my boy. Take option. Take it over here. Stop it. I am going to make this button. I am going to set this button here. Actually, I'm not going to make it a button. I'm actually going to duplicate one of these and add it in. Control D. And I'm going to add it into this with the remainder of these. Let's make that wider the way it fits all of them. And then I'm going to actually move it down some where so it's not so much on it. So boom, all of them, boom, boom. We're gonna make these auto layouts, right, so that they can swap out with each other at any time. Verify your email. Let's go to sign up, register for stretch it all the way out because it might be pretty long words. Key code help. We're going to be specific about that because we want them to know that they have to register separately. Submit first. Let's make this a font. Upload. That's what we want. We want that stretch as wide as it needs. Registration. Feature registration. Complete. One. Okay, so we got that done. That done. All right, y'all. Let's take a moment. We got quite a bit done so far. I don't know how long I've been in this video, but I think I'm gonna cut it here so it don't be so long. and we'll pick back up on the next version of this video. But I am going to stop here for now because again, I do not know how long it has been um, in this call, right? So we've got quite a bit done. We've cleaned it up. I'm actually going to go back and share so we can just do an overview quick of what we did so far. Oh, patience with a Z. Fix that. All right. So just for now, turn them off. Um. So yeah, right now, what I was doing at the top of here is our prototype process that we're doing. To give some people a view of the layout. This is only the lo-fi version, and I want to start here. I know most people probably use the hi-fi. I don't want to use that as my prototype to my interviewees. Not so soon. I want to use uh, you know, simple to not, wow them so much, but to just have them focus on navigation and potential usability. Everything is not going to be actionable for them, but I just want someone to be able to flow through it. I'm going to have a couple of my personas to go through it and utilize it, flow through it, let me know what it looks like, how it makes them feel about the project. And I'm just looking to get feedback from that before I continue into full development. Spending a lot of time in it, as you can see. It's a lot of work, and but behind the scenes of building a complex project like this, most cases it won't take so long. 3-page websites are pretty simple. 5-page websites that don't require so many intricate things. I'm developing quite a few things within this project, so yeah, it's going to take some time, but I'm excited every day. As you can see, I lose recollection of time. Anyhow, I think we did quite a bit. We got all of the pages cleaned up. We cleaned up this page as far as the lo-fi, put everything where it's supposed to go in the components. Um, Went through and aligned all of the pages to make sure that, an example, everything follows the grid layout that I'm using. And as you can see so far, it looks pretty tidy. Nothing looks pretty freelance and wacky, standard to how I would normally be doing things. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good with that if you ask me. I'll move that down a bit. Put that down. That. Move that down. That down. Like how many of them? Jeez. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And then let's take and fix the text. I see that it's out of whack. It's all out of whack here. So we're gonna take that, squeeze it in like that. All right. All right. So yeah, that's what we did today. We made sure everything is pretty much in place, lined up. All of the components that we need are where they should be. There are still some touch-ups things that we need to do, like an example of this. I see that this is not the right color. I'll go in and make that black. Same thing with that. I don't know how that happened, but we're going to fix it. Let's fix it. Oh, nope, that ain't what I want to do. Okay. That ain't what we wanted to do. Nope, that ain't right either. All right, so yeah, I'm glad I see that. We'll come in and we'll fix these components. Some of the things that are just not in the right perspective places. But that's what we were doing today, cleaning up all of the locations of components. Make sure everything's lined up. Text is not all wacky out of the frames. Footers and everything is in place. The main things are in place. None of this stuff is really deep depth details. As you can see, same stuff, default stuff is still here. That's not the big purpose for me and doing the lo-fi. My big purpose again was to get a layout design of understanding of where things should go. what it should look like, and to get a feel of what I want the user to feel. And so I think we've done quite a bit for that, and we're getting it together where it can be enjoyable for someone to test it out. So far, I think we did a great job. Thank y'all for your help. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, which I will pick back up where we're ending and potentially get into the hi-fi designs of this. But for next, the main focus is going to be finish prototyping this lo-fi, so we can go ahead and get this out to the users and have it tested by a few people I have on the list. So yeah, we'll go through that. Again, thank you. I don't know how long this video is, but again, thank you for watching. I will be recording the next video next and have it uploaded as well. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Follow us on our respective channels here, as you can see at the top. And also here, here over here is our QR code down here at the bottom. Scan that, follow us, join the Facebook group, chat with us, ask questions. We're building slowly in that world, but you're welcome, and everybody is important. So, come with your creativity. Don't come shy. Um, the other thing I wanted to drop on you guys is, once again, happy 4th. Until the next video, thank you again. Yeah.